Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. And it seems that a lot of these woke companies are failing to do well. They're not seeming to be do great, and when they give them the job, the people, the employees, are taking that money and spending it on many other things that are not needed. What I mean by this is a man that stole from Netflix, essentially. Yeah, this here. Director allegedly pockets Netflix money, spends it on cars, designer clothing, and dogecoin. And back in 2018, Netflix invested millions of dollars in a sci-fi project called Conquest, only to never receive a single episode of the project. Instead, co-creator and director Carl Erik Rinsch allegedly mistreated cast and crew and spent millions on cryptocurrency, luxury cars, and designer clothes. Before Conquest, Rinsch had directed only one film, 47 Ronin, and a critical and commercial failure. He was a protege of Ridley Scott, who worked as part of Scott's production company on commercials. He and his wife, Gabrielle Roses Benacour, began to work on a sci-fi project on the side. The show concerned a genius who creates a human-like species called the Organic Intelligent. Rinsch filmed brief proof-of-concept episodes, which drew the attention of multiple streaming giants. Netflix won the contract by promising millions more than its competitors and granting Final Cut privileges for Rinsch. Fortunately for them, it looks like the other multiple streaming giants saved a pretty penny because they're not down $55 million. A report from the New York Times, based on interviews with the show's cast and crew, texts, and emails, as well as court filing and a divorce from his wife, alleges that Rinsch's behavior became strange soon after signing the contract. The series began shooting in Sao Paulo, which I think how you pronounce it. I apologize for it. With following his shoots in Uruguay and Hungary. The film Union in Brazil complained that Rinsch mistreated the crew with shouts and cursing. In Budapest, Rinsch allegedly went full days without sleeping and accused his wife of trying to assassinate him. According to the divorce filing, Rinsch had thrown things at his wife and punched holes in walls even before filming began. In March 2020, Rinsch requested that Netflix send him more money, though he had missed several production milestones. Netflix sent $11 million. Rinsch then transferred $10.5 million of that sum to his personal brokerage account. According to bank and brokerage statements included in the divorce case, he gambled it unsuccessfully on the stock market, but won big investing in Dogecoin. He then bought 5 Rolls Royces, a Ferrari, and plenty of designer clothing and furniture. After Netflix ceased funding the project, Rinsch eventually started an arbitration battle, claiming Netflix breached contract and that it owes him $14 million in damages. Netflix denies owing Rinsch any money. Rinsch refused to answer the Times questions, stating on an Instagram post that he did not believe the article would be accurate. Thomas Charing, a spokesman for Netflix, said to the Times that after a lot of time and effort, it became clear that Mr. Rinsch was never going to complete the project he agreed to make, and so we wrote the project off. Yeah, well, it seems that a lot more things seems to come because we have this here. As well, director spends $4 million of Netflix budget on Dogecoin, whilst whales interested in Cilicia and QBE. I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest with you, but hey. It says here, the Netflix Dogecoin saga, in an astonishing turn of events, Carl Erik Rinsch, director of Netflix's unreleased show Conquest, took a massive risk by investing $4 million of the show's budget into one of the best altcoins today, Dogecoin. This gamble paid off hugely, turning the investment into a $27 million profit. Initially, Conquest had a budget of $55 million, but Rinsch used a portion for stock market bets, which didn't go well. Then he shifted the remaining $4 million to Dogecoin, striking gold in May 2021. However, this led to controversy. Rinsch spent lavishly on luxury items and is now in a legal tussle with Netflix. He's demanding an additional $14 million, a claim Netflix is contesting, which unfortunately for us, I think Netflix is going to win this. But it does look like Netflix got swindled here. Netflix gave an unproven director $55 million for a sci-fi series, and he blew it on Rolls Royces, crypto, and dodgy stock bets. Netflix essentially took a $62 million television contract out to the shed and shot it in the head. According to an ongoing arbitration case against director Carl Erik Rinsch, after an ambitious and expensive bet on an unproven director in 2018, the deal had gone sour. The director allegedly had lost his senses, and he'd blown the money with nothing to show for it. The plug was pulled on on the project, Netflix washed its hands of the deal, and it came up for air, missing some $55 million from his accounts. At least $9 million of that had gone to the director's lavish taste, as he bought himself 5 Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, a $400,000 watch, and millions worth of furniture and clothing. I hope the $400,000 watch had that could send you to the future and back, because spending that kind of money is ludicrous. Of course, I can't fathom that amount of money and ever even remotely having it, so there's that. In 2018, while streaming services were expanding their scripted drama series for offerings to the moon and lack or until the unknown, director Rinsch pitched a series around Hollywood that incited a bidding war. So, yeah, there's that. We also have this. During shoots for the show in Budapest, Rinsch allegedly went days without sleep, mistreating the production team and actors, threw things at his wife, and the show creator Gabriella Rose's Bennett Kerr accused her of plotting to assassinate him, blah, 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 and punch holes in walls. Ms. Roses and others grew a concern that Rinsch had been abusing the ADHD prescription drug Vivance, which is a amphetamine which overuse and can cause mania, delirium, and psychosis. Well, it seems he has a lot of psychosis, according to seeing what we're seeing here. We have this as well, the final. When asked during a legal deposition about the cars, clothes, watches, and furniture, Rinsch claimed that they were props purchased for the set of Conquest and that he paid for them conjointly with the production money from Netflix. He changed his tune in a later arbitration case with Netflix, where he claimed that not only was the money contractually his to do with what he pleased, but Netflix owed him more than $40 million unpaid invoices. Well, we obviously see this guy is a psychopath. I don't think he's going to get paid very much by this movie. It looks like really messed up on this one. Looks like they failed horribly. Well, this is what you get, Netflix. Well, I think what we can learn from this, and more of a comedy thing, is careful on who you give $55 million to, because yeah, it seems that that $55 million went down the absolute drain. Well, hilarious, funny, and it is what it is. The fall of Netflix is coming ever so faster. They're doing too hot. They've been making terrible decisions, and now the person granted took their money, and now they're in another legal battle, which will cost them even more money. Well, hilarious as it may be. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.